Hi everybody, in this morning video from City Insider, I will bring the latest Manchester City update. We'll start with City pushing Bruno Guimaraes move. Manchester City have reportedly hatched a plan to replace Rodri for the remainder of the season with Newcastle United midfielder Bruno Guimaraes. City have struggled extensively since Ballon d'Or winner Rodri suffered a season-ending injury against Arsenal in the Premier League. Pep Guardiola's team have showcased familiar failings since then, with their defensive frailties exposed with alarming regularity. With the January transfer window now upon us, the time has come for the Blues to make some much-needed improvements to their squad as they look to secure Champions League football for next season. Guimaraes has been linked with a move to the Etihad Stadium for the last couple of windows, and those rumours have reignited again. According to Gazzetta dello Sport, the Brazilian is at the top of City's wish list to supply defensive stability to their midfield. However, while the Blues hierarchy are working tirelessly to try and sign the midfielder, his £100 million price tag is thought to be an issue for the club. Agreement reached for huge transfer. Journalist Fabrizio Romano understands that City have reached a 100% agreement with Eintracht Frankfurt striker Omar Marmoush over a move to the Premier League club. Guardiola refused to speak about another team's player during his pre-Salford City press conference, saying, "Don't ask me about that because I'm not going to answer. All month you're going to ask the same about all we are linked with in the media, so I'm not going to talk." Romano, though, is adamant that the deal will get over the line in January. The only hurdle standing in the way of City and their man is agreeing a fee with Frankfurt. However, these talks are thought to be progressing nicely, and a formal agreement is expected as soon as next week. Marmoush's market value is $60 million, but given his importance to his team and the high cost of top players in today's market, Manchester City is expected to pay around €80 million for his services. Omar Marmoush has caught Pep Guardiola's attention, as having a midfielder with such attacking potential could be the key to unlocking the puzzle that is Manchester City's current situation. It seems his arrival in England is only a matter of time. Kyle Walker looking to leave. Manchester City demolished Salford 8-0 to reach the FA Cup fourth round before Pep Guardiola revealed Kyle Walker has requested to leave the Premier League champions. Pep Guardiola's City made light work of their League Two neighbours, with James Mcatee grabbing a second-half hat-trick and Jack Grealish bagging his first goal in club football since December 2023. But England right-back Walker was absent for the contest, and when asked why, Guardiola revealed the 34-year-old has asked for a move overseas. 2 days ago, Kyle asked to explore the options to play abroad at the end of his career. Guardiola said, in his mind, he would like to explore it, to go to another country, to play the last years somewhere else, for many reasons. For that reason, I prefer playing other players whose mind is here. Walker, 34, still has 18 months left on his contract, having signed a new 3-year deal in the summer of 2023 when he was wanted by Bayern Munich, but the German side were unable to agree a deal with City. The right-back has fallen out of favour in recent weeks, having not started a game since the 2-1 defeat in the Manchester derby on the 15th of December. And he wasn't even selected for the much-rotated side that thrashed League Two Salford City 8-0 in the FA Cup on Saturday evening, with Matheus Nunes deputising in defence instead. Player turned down Man City to join Spurs. Luka Vuskovic, a 17-year-old centre-back signed by Tottenham in 2023, has revealed that he turned down an approach from Manchester City to join Spurs. Speaking to Newsblad, Vuskovic shared how the move unfolded and why he was drawn to Tottenham's project. Manchester City was the first club to approach me. Shortly after, my dad told me Tottenham were also interested. When I heard the details, I was convinced, the Croatian defender explained. Vuskovic has spent the current season on loan at Westerlo in Belgium, where his performances in the Jupiler Pro League have been impressive. He showcased his defensive prowess while also contributing 6 goals, earning rave reviews and raising expectations among Spurs fans ahead of his return to London. The teenager also expressed his excitement about the opportunity to play alongside Tottenham's top defenders in the near future, saying, "Playing alongside defenders like Mickey van der Ven or Romero is a dream. You naturally make progress in such an environment, and you have to because the Premier League is such an intense competition." Douglas Luiz move update. Manchester City are becoming more likely to make a move to sign former midfielder Douglas Luiz during the January transfer window. GiveMeSport sources have been informed. After shining for Aston Villa last season, the Brazilian midfielder earned himself a move to Turin with Serie A giants Juventus, but he has so far struggled to establish himself in Thiago Motta's squad. Reports have suggested that Luiz could be allowed to leave after just 6 months on loan, and GiveMeSport sources revealed last week that Man City were attentive to the situation. City want to bolster their midfield, but have other targets, and their former academy graduate is someone who is seen as a backup option to those top choices. Sources have now revealed that the chances of the reigning champions making a move for the 26-year-old are rising, although the club are still waiting on a final decision on his availability to be made by Juventus. The club are using intermediaries to check out his situation in terms of availability and what types of deal might have potential with the world-class Brazil international reportedly unhappy about his lack of regular minutes this season. However, GiveMeSport sources understand Juventus would prefer to offload Nicolo Fagioli instead of Luiz at this stage, hence the lack of movement for any deal. James Mcatee is Man City's future. James Mcatee's 19-minute hat-trick in Manchester City's 8-0 romp against Salford City was somewhat overshadowed by Pep Guardiola's admission after the game that Kyle Walker wants to leave the club. Guardiola revealed he only wants to select players who are committed to the cause, explaining Walker's omission, but in Mcatee he has a player who could well represent City's future, in becoming the first Englishman to score an FA Cup hat-trick for the club since Robbie Fowler against Scunthorpe in January 2006. The 22-year-old quadrupled his career goal tally for City. Admittedly, this was only Mcatee's fourth start, having been out on loan at Sheffield United last season. But after Guardiola retained his services for this campaign, it was important he took his opportunity against lowly opponents. "I'm so happy for him. He's a special player," said Guardiola. Scoring a hat-trick is not easy. He's been at City for a long time, a City supporter, and he was one of the biggest talents at the academy from the generation of Jadon Sancho, Cole Palmer, Morgan Rogers, and Liam Delap. He played with these guys and was the captain of them. "I'm really pleased he's here with us." This was collectively a clinical exhibition from City. Jeremy Doku dazzled and Jack Grealish ended his goal drought, but Mcatee was the pick of the bunch. And that's the end of today's video. Subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss daily update from my channel.